I really am in my finest and favorite sweatpants. My dog is going crazy outside. We are obviously all in quarantine right now and doing our best. So I got this new kind of device, piece of equipment that I would like to try to do. So right now I thought I would, test it out and do a little test run and, sorry about the dog, and make one of my favorite breakfasts with you guys, for you guys, and do some practice runs for cooking your ass off since I'm going to be bringing that back. I'm so excited. So please don't mind my quarantined dirty kitchen. I'm a little bit behind on some things just because working from home and all the stuff. So today for breakfast, I'm going to be having poached eggs on corn tortillas with a couple of fixins. And I love poached eggs. I love corn tortillas. It's really, really easy to do. But a lot of people don't really understand how to master the poached egg. And I'm not saying we're going to master the poached egg on this quick little tryout episode, but maybe learn a couple of tips for your poached egg. So I've got my water in my pan. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the heat. And I don't want it high, but maybe like a medium high. And every stove is different, just like every body is different. Every stove is different. So find your medium high. I'm on a gas stove. This is about it's almost at a 5, like a little bit before the 5. I'm going to wash my hands because we have to wash our hands 50 million times during quarantine. And I'm going to touch my hair one more time because I have learned that I am a face toucher and I'm a hair toucher. So I have to wash my hands constantly. Okay, I also have my black tea. I have black iced tea every single morning with breakfast. I find for me, it's really good for digestion. So if you're good with caffeine, iced black tea, and I sweeten it with stevia monk fruit sweetener every morning. Maybe it's a southern thing, I don't know, but I love it. I love it. Okay, so now that I've got the water on, what you're gonna wanna do is grab you some organic white vinegar. Okay, distilled is best. And I usually just add about what I would think would be like a capful. I'm going to be poaching 2 eggs, so just about a capful of white vinegar. It's going to have a little bit of an odor to it, but not much. Like, literally, you probably won't even notice it at all. And I also usually refrigerate my white vinegar, but I'm going to be pickling some peppers and onions today, so I'm going to leave it out because I'm going to be doing that later. So just so you know, white vinegar can go in the fridge. It'll last a little bit longer. It'll last long either way, but I like to put mine in the fridge. So anyway, what the vinegar is going to do is when you put the poached egg, or you put the egg into the water to be poached, it spreads out. It's going to do that anyways, so don't be afraid if you do add vinegar that your egg spreads. But what it's going to do is it's going to encourage the egg to kind of come back together and bond in this nice little shape, and you'll see. So we're going to bring this to a boil, kind of a boil at first, and then when we put the eggs in, we're going to turn it down to more slow rolling boil. I also have my corn tortillas. Corn tortillas are my very favorite. I don't really like flour tortillas very much. I don't like flour in general. If I use flour, it's usually like an almond flour or some kind of alternative. I don't love flour just because of the process and some of the unhealthiness to it. There's bleached flour, and it's just, don't super love flour. I'll use it occasionally because I am Southern, and for fried things, sometimes you need the good flour, but mostly try to stay away. Anyway, I love corn tortillas, and I also love to have them. I don't like to eat them any other way if they're not like really hot and cooked in oil and super soft. So I'm going to do that as well, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to wait till the end because I want my eggs to be still warm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shred some cheese and just make a couple other fixings that I want to go on the tortilla, which really isn't a lot. And I don't eat cheese often, but I mean, I'm human and I'm not going to lie. Like, it's, you got to eat cheese. So anyway, this is like a cheddar jack cheese. I'm going to shred that up. I'm going to grab, these are not, well, we're in quarantine, so I'm going to grab a green onion. That's going to need to be trimmed up a little bit because, let's just face it, we kind of do what we got to do in quarantine. It's is what it is, but I have a green onion, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to use everything I have until it's gone and only go for the necessities. I'm going to grab a couple of grape tomatoes. I like to store them like this because they last a lot longer. You don't have to refrigerate tomatoes, but they do last longer if you do. And I like to put mine in a glass bowl because I can just literally like reach in to the fridge and grab a couple with my hands washed, of course. And I do have some avocado. Yeah, I think I am going to do some avocado as well. Put it right there. And I have an avocado. I put mine in the fridge in a bowl as well because it does last a lot longer that way too. I do have salsa. I'm not going to use salsa just because I have these ingredients. They're going to make it pretty yummy. So if you want to use salsa, you can use salsa. You could use tortilla cheese. There are so many options, but I think my main point of this right now is to kind of teach you guys how to poach an egg and then, you know, put it in a nice corn tortilla that's super delicious, easy, and hearty and healthy in the morning. You know, the corn tortillas, a lot of people don't eat corn, you know, for the grain factor or for whatever reason, but the corn tortillas are somewhat healthy. You know, you can get organic corn tortillas. I buy all or most organic things if I can find them. I really like to have fresh organic ingredients. That's important to me. And I'm really trying not to touch my hair right now. So while it's just, you know, something to do while you're waiting for your water to boil. I'm going to cut my tomatoes up. I like to quarter them just to make them small because, you know, they will, it's not going to be a whole lot of room. Let's just put it that way on the tortilla. And I love green onion, so I'm gonna probably use most of this. But if you're not a huge fan of green onion, you could use chives, you can use regular onion, yellow onion, red onion would be awesome. But I'm a huge fan of the onion family, all of them. And I didn't start liking onions until I was about 18 years old. And I really felt gypped at that time that I could have had with onions. So love them now. Okay, so I used most of it. I am gonna save this for something that I might want later. And my water is starting to boil. It's a pretty good looking avocado. I wish the seed was a little smaller, but and I like to cut it inside of the skin really gently and then scoop it out. Okay, so we've got the water is boiling now. So I'm gonna grab my eggs. My girls, I do still have my chickens, by the way. My girls aren't laying as much right now. I don't know why. It's almost like they feel like the economy is shut down, so they just shut down for business too. So when I can't find, when they don't have eggs, when they're not producing eggs, I will go to the store and get organic cage-free eggs. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna gently crack the eggs on the cabinet, not on the side, just in case the shell gets in. And I'm going to gently let it drop after I get it open a little bit more into the water. And I'm gonna do my second egg. Okay. And the coolness of the eggs brings the boil down a little bit, but not for long. It'll start rolling up again. And then, here, I'll bring you over so you can see. This is kind of what they look like. And I'll show you when they come out as well. So, since those are in and I've got most of my stuff cut up, I'm going to grate the cheese on top after. So I'm going to turn this on. Sometimes it takes forever and then it'll explode like that. That's going to be like a, you know, medium to high heat. Again, this is just to heat up the corn tortillas in some oil, which is my favorite way to eat them. You want to keep an eye on your eggs because obviously you want the poached egg to be runny. The runniness of the egg is not only so if you can tolerate eggs, eggs are a very high allergen item as far as ingredients go. I can tolerate eggs very well. I thrive on eggs very well. So I eat eggs a lot. So the runniness, that choline, the B vitamins inside that runny yolk is so good in my body. Like I just feel my body just absorbing it so well. So I'm gonna just put one corn tortilla in at a time, obviously, because it's a little pan and, you know. And typically I use a cast iron, which is awesome, but right now I'm gonna use my ceramic pan. I need to do some rehauling of my ceramic, or I'm sorry, of my cast iron. So my poached eggs, I'm gonna take a look. I like to use this little, you know, fry thing because it helps to drain the eggs, and they're looking perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and take them out and just put them on a plate until everything else is ready. Just gonna let it drain, and you'll be able to see the eggs when I get them on the plate. Perfection. And I love the smell of a cooking corn tortilla. It's so yummy. And the other one, you can see, I love it. Just, yes, you can see the perfect shape on those. Bounciness. That's exactly what you want. Also, in this time of quarantine, as much as I can, I'm trying to preserve water and do my best to still be economical. So if a dish is not super dirty, I'll just give it a rinse and let it dry, maybe with super hot water. I don't know where my tongs are right now, so I'm just going to give this a little flip with a knife and fingers here. Don't try that at home. Do not burn yourselves and come to me. Spoon to get my avocado out. And the tortilla really only takes, like, you know, a couple seconds on each side. You don't want it to get hard. You want it to be soft, flimsy, yummy. And the olive oil is also I like to cook mostly with olive oil. I'll cook with olive oil or butter. I like heart healthy butter. If I cook with it, it's like organic. It's really good stuff. And obviously in healthy amounts, but the omegas and the fatty acids in olive oil is really good. It can tolerate a little, you can't heat it up really, really hot, but it can tolerate a heat like this. This is good, you know, good enough to heat up a tortilla. That's good. Yummy! I can go ahead and turn this off because the little warming up it's going to do can just do it right there. So I put my ingredients down first, or my fixins down first, just because it's easier to eat that way if the egg is on top. So I'll put my tomatoes, a little extra here. I'll put my green onion. Like I said, I like a lot of onions, so here we are. I will go ahead and put a little bit of avocado. I don't like a ton of avocado. I like it with this, but I don't like a ton with it just because there's like a similar texture to the egg, and I like to delegate my textures. So just a little bit of that. Something else you could add to this would be really good is maybe like a squeeze of lime or some cilantro or micro cilantro. I don't think I have any of that right now. Lemon, probably not going to use that. I don't. But that would be really good on this as well. You know, make it a little bit more, you know, zhuzh it up a little bit more to your liking. And then I'm going to take my eggs and gently place them in the middle. Nope, don't bust. And then I'm going to just kind of set them together like so. And grate just a little bit of cheese. Got my little cheese grater here. on the top. And you might be asking, like, what else are you going to do for flavor? Because that's, you know, not super duper flavorful. Well, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to, it is super flavorful actually, but of course, a little salt and pepper. This is some organic sea salt. I'll use this or pink Himalayan salt, whichever one. Right now, this is what I have, and I'm trying not to go to the store as much as possible, letting people get what they need. I have what I need. I'm very, very grateful, very, very fortunate to have what I need, so I'm just making do with what I've got for the meantime. And I'm also going to do just a little bit of garlic powder on top, because I love garlic powder, and it just kind of ties everything together nicely. Just a little bit. And that's it. And I'll show you guys what it looks like. Simple, easy, yummy. Okay, thank you for joining me for my Cooking Your Ash Off revamp. I promise it'll get a little bit better, but you know, that's all we can do. We can do our best right now in these times. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. If you need anything, let me know. I can try to point you in the way of, you know, helping you get some means. But yeah, all right. Sending love. Bye, guys.